some of the sealant on the rig. I'm going to wait, and I have to get some more acetone to be able to do the rest, because where we put like our hands and the tools and stuff, it's dirty, and I don't want to put the sealant on until I clean that off, so that when I do put the sealant on, if I put it on while it's still dirty, it's always going to be dirty. It's never going to be, it's like kind of seals it there forever. So I'm going to clean it up really good and then do the rest. I'll show you guys what I did out here, and then I'll show you guys what I did inside. Hold on, and I'll flip you around. What I did out here, I did the top of this corner. I hope that's focusing because it's really bright out, but you see how dirty that is under there? So I want to clean that up with some acetone and then do the sealant on that. And then like I said, once I'm done doing all this regular sealant, I'm going to go over it with the spray one, but I'm going to clean that up. Can't see what I'm videoing. I'm going to clean that up first, and then I'm going to put the sealant around here. So for now, I've done this corner right here, and from there over all the way on the top one here, all the way over to this corner. Now I did this corner because there was a giant gap there just in case it rains. At least most of the high parts are done, and this crack here. And then on the other side, like I said, I went all around the front on this one, on the top part, on this part right here. And then I did this corner right here. Sorry guys, it's really bright. I'm not really sure. I'm hoping that you can see this alright, because I can barely see what I'm videoing. And I went around this corner because there was a giant gap there. And I went up a little to about here. And then I followed it all the way across on the top right here. And silicone to all those little holes, and then use the scraper to scrape off the excess and make it look a little smoother, make it look a little nicer basically. But you can see how dirty this is, so that's why I want to clean it first before I go on to do the rest, that and that. And then I brought it to this corner here and up the crack, and I went down just about to here. So I'm going to do the rest of this, but you can see how dirty it is, so that's why I want to continue to clean it first, and then I will reseal it all. And I'll probably put some all the way from this corner here down as well. This is the one that the floor kind of caved down, that he had to anchor up with some more screws. I don't know if you can see the screws right here to bring that board back up. But yeah, I'm going to try and get as much of that dirt off first, and then continue to seal it. And hold on, I'll show you what I did inside. Alright, so you saw that I had it done, and I said that I had big plans for this area. And the only thing I had left to do was to screw these L brackets in. Now the other side was a bit weaker, and the side on this side kind of caved a little bit, but when I put the other L bracket in, it brought it back up. Now I was going to put this whole contraption in the middle here, but the way we were originally going to do it was there was going to be another false bottom. Basically, we were going to make another one of these, like this, that took up the entire area, but it was going to be high enough where I could put my hoops in between, have that space for my hoops, and then still have an area where I could put a twin bed if I wanted to, you know, have somebody sleep up here. But since there's not going to be room, no matter what I do, because this is not a full bottom, this is what I got to work with. Now, I do have to raise it up in order to fit all the hoops underneath, but that's why I had this blanket here, is to protect my hoops. I don't really use this blanket a lot, and I want something soft so that when I'm driving, it's not going to destroy the taping on my hoops. So all of my hoops are going to go under here. I've got some 2x4s, and when Chris gets back, I'm going to have to have him cut them to fit, and we're going to put either 2 or 4, so this is going to be raised up to about there. So I'm going to have all that room for my hoops. And then under here, I'm probably going to put all my shoes again under that one, which is why that rubber matting is there. I may staple it onto that board once I make sure that this is exactly the setup that I want. And then I'll have this space right here to do whatever with. And then whatever I want to put on the top there, I can put there. Now the idea is I'm going to put those 3-drawer caboodles here and here. So I should have just enough room where I can put, I'd like to put the 3 drawers all on this side so that the back here I can use to make like a makeshift cubby with the back of them, so I can put all the camping supplies there and have them standing up against this wall so they take up less space, like all the rugs and the chairs and everything like that, the sleeping bag, etc. So I'm going to try that first, and then probably right here I might put the other large one I have. I'm not quite sure yet. I could possibly put it up here. I'm going to be trying this out today and see how it all works out. As you can see, I've got the rubber matting already up through the wall as much as I could, and then I stapled it into the insulation that was there. So it's not going through the aluminum, it's just going through the insulation, and it's rubber, so it should be fine. It'll work for now. Like I said, I'm gonna eventually have to do this entire wall, both sides, because it's all rotted out. The ceiling is good though. I mean, it's just the fact of taking all the walls down and replacing them. So yeah, that's the idea right now. That's what I'm playing around with. I am not going to staple these here until I know for sure that this is how I want it. So in the meantime, I don't know, I may actually put that one big drawer caboodle right there in the corner. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just kind of playing around with it, try and see where I want to put something, if it all works that way, and then go from there. And then once I figure it out, these will be stapled to wherever I decide to put them. That way they don't move, because these are going to not only make a barrier for wetness, but they're also going to keep whatever I put there from sliding. If I put it that way, it's going to slide. So I may turn this around and put the 2 big ones here. Actually, sorry, right here. And then do whatever with this space. Like I said, I'm just playing around with things and figuring out which way I want everything to go. I'm trying to think about the weights and everything else. Hold on, I'll flip you around so I'm actually talking to you. Guys, before I lose the daylight, I wanted to show you. This is the general idea here. Now, I know you see a space back there. That's the spot that I need for the stand-up camping chairs. They fold flat, but they're high, so I needed a spot for those. And under that is going to be for my hoops, which I said we have to put a couple 2x4s up to make it higher. So I left enough room for that. So the general idea here is I have this one, which has all the storage space underneath. And I have a lot of cases to hold important paperwork and stuff like that, which is, this was going to be for my shoes at first, but I'd rather use it for the casets or something like long stuff that I need, you know, to store that way, that I could store under there. Because the shoes fit great in that box right there. Hold on, I'll show you. Upright. And then all I need to do when I need a shoe, put it back, is just to take the box down. Easy as pie. So a lot of these you'll notice are, you know, kind of empty a little bit. I've still got a lot of stuff that I have to organize to be able to figure out which drawer I want what in. So that's why. Like this one, for instance, is probably going to be switched to something else. Now, I've got that one there. Got my suitcase of costumes back there because I only need it when I'm dressing in a costume. My printer happened to fit great right there. And I might put the flippers there so that I can use the styrofoam behind all this stuff to cover that window, to insulate it. And then you'll see up here, since I took the caboodles apart, they didn't have tops. So in order to keep the dust off of them, I'm going to have Chris cut this one to fit perfectly on there. And then I'm probably just going to attach them with some industrial Velcro. And that's it. Because they're really just there so that the dust doesn't settle on them as much. So yeah. And those are all pretty much winter clothes, shirts and pajamas. So that's fine right there. And this one's easily accessible, which is great because I have a lot of bathroom stuff in there. All the bathroom supplies since it is a wet bath. It's kind of hard to put storage in there. So yeah, this is the general idea. And in behind there, there's a bunch of room. Not sure if there's still gonna be when I put the insulation in there, but if there isn't, the plan was to put a couple of those little teeny tiny hooks and bungee it, because it's really light, to the ceiling here. And I have this space right here, and this opening right here where I could actually fit stuff in to store right here. And depending on how much space that takes up, which I am going to try and see, then I can either push this piece back or forward. I want to get back a little. This piece right here, I can push it back if I need to. So that's why I'm doing everything as a dry one first. I did end up putting this extra 3/4 inch plywood that we have on here because I don't trust this being on such rotten wood. It's sinking a lot. So I put this one on and just overlapped it on each side so that if I do have to sit there for any reason or put any weight on there for any reason, I've got the extra support there. So I don't know, might screw it down, might not really sure yet. Still, like I said, just dry running things, and I'll go from there. So when I figure it out, I'll let you guys know. And like I said, my hoops are going to be going under here, and that's why this is here. But we need to raise this up, which is why I left all that space up there. Depending on how high this goes, it should be fine. So yeah, that's the general idea. And I have the curtains so I can pull the curtain over if need be. And you'll never even see that stuff up there. And I'll be able to get up there and get what I need. It's nice and organized. I don't have to dig through stuff or take a bunch of stuff out. It's just all in drawers. And it's light because it's all plastic. So that is the idea. I'll talk to you guys soon. See you later. Hey guys, so I think I told you that this needed to be raised. So basically we cut those little things and Chris screwed screw holes in so they wouldn't split the wood. And now we're going to put them on each one like this, since it's adjusting to this one, which is going to go on the side. And then, because I put this on backwards, we got to switch this so that the hinge is on the other side so I can pull the hoops out easily and put it a little closer to the front so it's not so hard for me to get to. And then we'll put it in and I can start packing.